everybody, my name's Steven and I am with Cannin.com here for another deep dive into a weekly stock. This week, a Colombian exporter of CBD-rich and THC-rich extracts. You may have seen in the news lately that Colombia is now going to allow a lot more export of flower. So we're going to see what that does to the supply and demand of both the North American and South American markets. But maybe this company will take advantage. So let's look at the pricing chart now. You'll see we're looking at PharmaCielo. This is PCLOF traded on the OTC here. They're also traded up north on the Toronto Stock Exchange. Currently about 123 we closed at. They recently were as high as 216 in February and have given about most of that back, about half of that back. You can see we're looking at Keltner Channels and look at the difference here. Pretty tight, no necks, no movements here. We are getting some bouncing within the channels. We bounced off the upper boundary there. Again, upper boundary. Did break below and then bounced, stayed with the lower boundary, and then we did see this cross here breaking above. So we're currently right on the upper boundary, so we may expect that to come back down closer to the mean here in the next couple of periods. We're also looking at the Stochastic RSI. So instead of just looking at the momentum of the closing price, we're looking at the momentum of the RSI here. This is kind of a combination of two indicators. Let me show you exactly what we're looking at. The K and D are both the 3 periods here. So you can see we're seeing a lot of upper to lower boundary movements and then half movements. So in June, when the price was 138, we saw a huge decrease, and then another cross happened on the 22nd of June. The price was 107, so we lost about 30 cents through that drop. Since that point, we have had another crosses, some low period here, 15th of July, the price was 91 cents. Before we got another cross, the price closed that day at 121. So another 30-cent move, this time in the opposite direction. So you can kind of see how this is correlating exactly with price here. The low and the cross here was on the 15th of July. The low point in price was probably a couple of days later. So this is leading us a little bit here. You can see the high and the high were just one period later. So very interesting using the Stochastic RSI. Currently we are above 80 though, so it's certainly telling us that might pull back a little bit. And then the MACD, we've seen this many times. I can remind you again of what we're looking at here, the MACD and the signal line. We did have a cross the 21st of July. And that cross took us all the way into positive territory. We were below zero here. Here's the zero line. It took us all the way into positive territory, closing right now well into the green. So this is actually showing a little sign of strength. This is showing strength, but we're above our boundary here, so we expect it to come back down. And the Keltner channels aren't really forming a neck, but we are above the mean. So thinking that may come back down a little bit as well. So PharmaCielo short term, showing kind of mixed signals here with our indicators, but what's it going to do long term given the news that the Colombian government had? Definitely pay attention to the fundamental analysis this week. The Cannin Chronicle is going to be one of the more interesting ones that we've done in a while. Thank you everyone. Let us know in the comments if you have any questions.